Thank you so much.
Okay. Enjoy being with you guys tonight. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate you, Coach.
Bet, guys.
Oh, Lord, Coach.
Hey y'all, this is Ryan Monso, and this is Cat's Cougar After Thoughts Show from GoCoogs.com. You win by 40. That's really all there is to say. Galen, Brad, thoughts?
Go ahead, Galen. All right.
Brad, why don't you go?
Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, my connection is a little.
I think
my
you
bad,
just
fellas.
went out there and smacked around a team that you should smack around. And I'm not downplaying that one bit. That's exactly what you're supposed to do. I don't care who it is. When you've got a bad team that you're playing against, you have to beat them as bad as they are. And that's exactly what they did. It's not easy to do. It's really easy to kind of play down to their level, as you saw for the first few minutes of the game. But then after that, it was just, you unleashed the hounds and started playing like a U of H team should play.
Yeah. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a period of time off, and you kind of want to win a game the way you're supposed to win. And like I say that to say, like whenever we played, what was that team that we played? Middle Tennessee. We won that game, but it wasn't the way we were supposed to win. But this game, we won it in the fashion that you wanted to win, and the stuff that you were practicing on, the stuff that you emphasized, you were able to kind of bring to fruition with how we won this game. So definitely proud of our guys because, like you said, it's how we started off that game, how we started off the game. It's you can tell the type of, I know what it looks like because I've been through it, but it's like you can tell the type of practices they had where
Right.
came out to the game, it looked a little hesitant, but once Milos made that first three, it's like that almost gave our team permission to like hoop, So definitely proud of our guys, and I'm glad that it was able to be a confidence builder for us.
Yeah, I was real happy to see that. They got in the flow, and the thing that they haven't done in the last 3 games. It's one thing to get beat, but it's another thing to not play aggressive. And I thought we let other teams dictate the terms to us, and we usually do that. We usually dictate.
Yeah.
And they got back to being aggressive. They were playing downhill. Guys moving well off the ball, getting contributions from everybody. Even with that, they played after about the first few minutes. They played with a sense of urgency. And then guys off the bench, Chase McCarty really just brings the energy up a level whenever he steps on the floor. And it's
we're gonna save a segment for him.
We're gonna talk about Mercy too, because you're starting to see the young guys starting to fill that role and starting to feel comfortable within their role. It's not like they are. It seemed early in the season, whenever they were on the floor, it's like, okay, they had one thing that they could do well. McCarty was just sit in the corner and wait for somebody to get him the ball, and then he shoots it. Now these guys are starting to play a more expanded role, and I'm real proud of Mercy because he's playing free. And his defense and his rebounding dictates his minutes, and he's making the most of it.
And I don't want to say the guys I don't want to missay this, but they've been brought into their roles, like they've been bought into it. But it's more so like I guess there's a difference between being bought in and accepting, and it's like you can tell they've bought into the value that they add to our team being successful in our game. And it is a process, and it's like I just want to go out on the limb in front of everybody and just say, whenever everybody was saying mercy this, mercy that, and I was just like, we were all like, bro, we're going with what's working. I may have been wrong. We may have needed to see that young fella get some reps in order to kind of do what So it's like he's been playing well. He's shown a level of maturity within this game and with this preparation, and it's like I'm proud of him especially because I'm sure he's probably heard so much nonsense and whatever the case may be, and it's like to be able to kind of weather the storm, stay true to your craft, and just keep working, man. That just shows a level of maturity from
Yeah,
that kid. Definitely proud of him.
It's something that we saw a few years ago, kind of in between. At one time, Damian Dunn and Malik were both searching, and they were searching for their role. They were searching for their game. They were playing with no confidence. At one point, though, Malik just started playing with more confidence. I don't know. It's something that I think has to click mentally, where you're no longer asking for permission to play. You're going out and playing, and you're not worried about mistakes. Malik was able to make that jump. Damian wasn't. But you're starting to see the exact same thing with Mercy and with Chase. One of the things that really, the biggest illustration of that is that Mercy was playing really good defense. And then he had one possession where a guy just blew by him, and he was literally just standing there. In the past, he'd kind of get his head down, and you start seeing him looking at the sideline, seeing if he's going to get pulled. Coach left him in, and he came back, and he got a steal like 2 possessions later. So that's what keeps you in the game, and that's what tells me that mentally, okay, you make a mistake, you're not going to make that same mistake again. You're gonna not make up for it, but you're not going to let that happen anymore, because everybody gets a blow by. I mean, the best defenders in the world,
literally. But it's like, and I just think it's like guys in this program, you just have to realize that, okay, you were offered a scholarship by Kelvin Sampson. That means he evaluated you, and he thought that you can contribute to his team winning. And I think guys have to realize that, like, let's say with Malik, it's like you can do things that nobody else can do, but there are also guys on this team that can do things that you can't do. So it's like you have to excel in the things that you are excellent at. And it's like, bro, just be athletic and pack the game with your energy, because you can do it in a way that nobody else can. And it's like the sooner that dawns and the sooner that guys realize that, you'll get more rope, you'll get more leeway, and it's because you're contributing to winning. And I think Chase and Mercy, I think they're finally, like, I think they're just turning that curve to where it's like, you know what, on this team, this is what I'm going to have to do in order for us to be successful. And it's like, when everybody's bought in, man, it's a beautiful thing. You're not trying to intrude on anyone else's role. It's just, my role is mine, and my role is mine because nobody else can do it the way that I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's also, I guess in the first half, JoJo out of the game in 2 minutes.
Before you start, Towns, on my note sheet, you can't even see it. I wrote the first play of the game. JoJo, I think the guy Los was guarding drove, but Los wasn't beat. So JoJo, and then he tried to shot, JoJo blocked out of bounds. And I wrote, wow, JoJo, discernment. That next play, I wrote down, damn, he lost it. He lost that discernment. It's like it just happened that quick. I'm like, brother, in 30 seconds, how? Like, and then you foul a guy trying to rebound, you diving on it. It's like, bro, let that go. Let that go, man. It's like, bro, how quick you are to give a guy credit, and how quick he makes you regret it. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
Well, and then, but his absence was a blessing in disguise in the first half, because I thought Sako has come in and played. He played really well. And I think, over the last 7 games, he started to really pick it up. And he needed the minutes that he got today, and he made the most of them. 23 minutes, 4 or 5 shooting. 4 rebounds. He didn't get a block, but I know he had a block.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I just think that like everything with this, like everything that was supposed to happen happened. Guys
Right.
who may have needed a confidence boost, they played well, and it's like I said with E-Man, E-Man didn't play as well as normally as E-Man plays, but it's like he's the last guy I'm worried about. I know he can get it going at the flip of a switch, but it was just more so getting guys who their confidence may have been down, and like you just never know how valuable that might be, going forward. And it's like for Lowe's to come out, be aggressive, shot 4 free throws, made all those shots, is like that has to be a confidence booster for him just because of he's aware of of the level that he hasn't played at. So I thought that everybody that needed to perform today performed, and it's like it was a good kind of regroup type of game.
Yep. Speaking of
Like,
regrouping, Section 12X. It's time for everybody to line up and go get some Section 12X. They're going to run a special for us today, 10% today until midnight. Type in GoCoogs, not Cougs, but GoCoogs at checkout. They're going to ship out immediately. I mean, look, March Madness starts tomorrow, literally. March
literally,
1st.
that's crazy. It's blown by. Like this season has
I know.
really flown. It's really flown by, man.
I
It's
remember
like,
saying,
I'm looking at the remaining games.
I remember saying in the middle of November, it's like, man, this is going too fast. I want to savor this team because we're not going to get to see the peak of what this team could be because our young guys are going to be gone.
Yeah. Or even appreciate it. Like it's like, man, it's a process. You go through highs and lows of a season, but it's like, man, you just keep going. And it's like now is what 3 games left for sure on the skit. Man, that's just Sheesh. But one thing I wanted to say though is like a difference that I noticed with Kingston is like, granted, he made some great plays. He made some great reads. He got guys involved. But I can say that, granted, I don't know what I didn't see practice this week. I don't know what transpired, but this was probably the least offensively aggressive that I've seen him. Like just looking for his own shot. Like I saw him kind of, especially early on, picking up his dribble a lot more than he usually never does. And I just wonder like what the message was in practice this week. Like I'm really curious to know what it was like.
It looked to me he was really looking to play people open.
Mm-hmm.
He had a couple of drives where he probably it's one of those 50-50s. You can make the shot, you can go and try to score, but then he dropped it off. For one, he had just a sick no look bounce pass.
Mm-hmm.
Then the other one he had a last second drop off. I think it was to Sako when Sako caught it but was surprised by it. He's like, oh shit, I'm in close enough to shoot, and he missed it. But it's one of those. One thing in high school, my point guard, he said, look, if I've got the ball, keep your head on a swivel because it's coming. You don't know when, but it's coming, and you better catch it. Don't fuck up my assist.
Yeah, for sure. But it's like I say that because like the game before this one, Chris was hesitant to shoot the 3, and it's like I can only imagine the message in film to where that was how he played, So it's like I wonder what the message was with Kingston. It's like because he's always gonna get downhill. It's just the end result is usually different, and it's like I'm just. I'm just curious, like, because that was the first time I think I've seen that this year from him, like, period.
Yeah.
So, but another thing too is like, oh, I'll let you finish. My bad. I'll let you finish because I'm about to change the topic.
when he threw up a 6 stat line. I mean, only
triple
11
double.
points, but he's got 6 boards and 8 assists, and only 1 turnover. It was an ugly turnover, but it was only 1. I mean, as a team, we're back to the 5 turnovers.
Yeah. But
So,
it's like,
I mean, I don't know. It really seemed to me that he was, I don't know if it was coach's instruction or if it was his own instruction, but
no, it was definitely,
I'd
say it was definitely coach's instruction.
For him to be the player that he needs to be, or that he can be, he's got to have help. And the best way for him to get help is to get others involved in the game. And you notice a lot of the threes that we had tonight were wide open because they were
wide open,
not just one pass, but it was an extra pass. You saw the effect of getting the ball to the middle. You ain't got to score, but you got to move the defense going south.
And I think that like there's another level to maturity, and it's also realizing that because every team plays different, like every team that you play against plays, they have different schemes, different principles, and it's like realizing that you're not going to be able to be the same guy versus every different opponent you play against.
Yeah.
And it's like you're having to adjust to who you're playing versus, and it's just like I think he, like, granted, it was different looking at him, like seeing him do certain things today, but it's like he did what he needed to do, and like guys got involved. Like it was, you just see that his playmaking just has another level to it. And like, man, that kid can hoop, man. I'm officially sold. But another thing is like JoJo gets a 2 foul in 30 seconds or however fast it was. And it's like, go down the depth chart. Chase McCarty. I'm going to use one of my five.
Hold that thought. We're going to come right back to it. Star Pizza. Everybody go get you some Star Pizza. Look, it's a beautiful day outside. Unfortunately, Galen had to come in. He had to come in from the patio because things weren't just connecting right.
You feel me?
Y'all can go sit outside at the Star Pizza off of Washington. Sit on the patio there. Have yourself a drink. Relax. I know traffic is nuts out there. Freeways are all over the place. You got rodeo crap going on.
Thanks.
Don't go sit in that and be frustrated. Go have a nice pizza,
a nice
or maybe
slice.
A salad. Just relax a little bit. Let the worries go, because it looks like one of those Chamber of Commerce days. Get out and just relax.
Thanks. It is a beautiful day.
Do it.
And it don't feel too hot outside. It's just nice, and a nice temp. Might be a little different in Houston because I'm, a couple hours away, but it's a nice temp outside, nice little breeze, But Chase McCarty, I'm gonna use one of my 5 towns. Chase McCarty is a fucking winner. If I'm walking through a dark alley, I want him walking with me. That kid plays hard as shit. He impacts winning every time he steps on the floor, man. I'm actually so proud of him because he's the new Ramon. He's a guy that when he checks in, he's gonna make a winning play, and it's like, man, I'm proud of him. That, like, he leaves his imprint on the game, 100%. Like, between diving on the floor, getting tip outs, being undersized, and being in there amongst the trees. Bro, the kid got some guts, man. He got some guts. I'm excited to see what his future looks like with this program.
Yeah. I mean, he was not as one-dimensional as he has been in the past. I mean, because he's, like I said, he's been playing just a role. Your role is to go in there, hit the boards, maintain space, and hit the open jumper when you get it, because you're going to get a kick out. But tonight was a little bit different, and he got to play his game. You get to see more of what's there, and I mean, we're dialed in on what's ahead of us coming up here in March, but I'm really starting to think that I'm feeling a lot more comfortable and more excited for what those two, Mercy and McCarty, have coming up in the next year.
Yeah. But and
Got
it's
the
like the
M&M,
thing,
got the M&M boys, man.
yeah. But it's like I think we talked about it. It was a few shows ago, but it's like, okay, you have a good game, one game, okay, that's cool. But you have a good game, stack that up with good practices, then follow it up with another good game, more good practices, and it's like eventually it becomes habitual. And it's like these guys they're in that phase to where it's like we were recognizing when they were doing certain things and we weren't sure if it was a habit or not. But like now that it's almost like Malik, you can count whenever you put Malik in, you know he's gonna impact the game somehow, some way. So it's like and I just love when it feels like it clicks for these young guys, man. I'm really
Yeah.
really a super fan. I'm really a super because I know it's like, you dealing with Coach Sam and the standard that all of our coaching staff upholds, but let alone him and how difficult that is. And it's like to be able to weather that, be able to weather the adversity that you go through with him amongst that with, when you're playing, those guys are tough, man. And it's like, I just appreciate when guys can get to that point because I just know what they went through in order to get there. And it's like, it's not easy.
Yeah. When and you think about it, I mean, this, especially this year with the impact of freshmen are having, true freshmen all across college basketball. Those guys are way ahead. But understand that Mercy and McCarty, they're on time.
Yeah.
That's the normal progression of normal players. Could have easily redshirted Mercy last year, but we didn't. And he struggled. Guess what? That's what normal true freshmen do. But they also evolve and they get better and they improve and they get better. I mean, I know everybody, God, for the last week, it's been, oh my God, we missed J1. Oh my God, we missed J1. Y'all weren't saying that when he was a sophomore. Y'all didn't even know who he was when he was a sophomore.
Yeah, exactly. And
It
like
takes it takes time for some guys, and not everybody is going to be
everybody
a me.
really, everybody like that's one thing I love about Coach Samp is like he just does a great job of putting things in perspective. It's like, okay, this hasn't happened in 9 years. Well, damn, how privileged were we to be like, you know what I mean? And it's like saying J1 was in college for 6 years, LJ 5 years. He was on a team that won a national title with three guys that went to the NBA. You had an older, experienced veteran team. That is literally the polar opposite of the unit that we have this year. It's not fair to like. Could you imagine? Could you imagine like Chris Sinak in his 6th year of college? What he'd look like?
I mean,
It'd be
have
criminal.
him have him in Kingston be sophomores.
It'd be criminal, and it's like, and it's just a lot of times we get so locked in on what we are accustomed to, and we don't realize that this is nothing. We're comparing the incomparables. Like it's just not a fair comparison. And like I'll never forget, like last year, I had the privilege of going to our Final Four practice in San Antonio. We were playing against Duke, and the message was to J1. I don't even know if I can say this, but I'm sure I can. The game already happened. But the message to J1 is it has to be your experience versus Cooper Flagg's talent. That was the message.
Yep.
And it's just like you don't realize like you can be as talented as your talent can be as high as the moon. If you have no experience, you're not going to know how to use that talent. And that's just something that is just a lost sight in general, because you just think when a guy's good that he gets it, but it's like that same talented kid, he's in situations that he's never been in. So he doesn't know what to expect. He doesn't know what to do with his talent in that very moment. So crazy.
Yep.
Crazy. Like that was we're
Let's
leaning
scroll
on you,
back.
Jay. We need like just hearing that constant reiteration of like the intent. Like then you got Greg Popovich walk. Like man, it was just crazy. It was a crazy crazy moment. Crazy moment.
Well, and see, the thing is that J1's not that he's not a naturally that guy. And that's the thing. Nobody's really that guy until they're forced to become that guy.
Exactly.
And it took J1 a long time to really kind of evolve into that guy, because there's leaders who are going to be there and hold you accountable and be the inspiration or motivation off the floor. Those are the guys that you look at when things get tough in practice, and they're going to grind. There's going to be guys who are going to be picking you up in the weight room, who lead by example. But at some point, somebody has to emerge on the floor to say, everybody, let's calm the fuck down. We're going to make a play here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? Let's just relax and do what we're supposed to do. And then everybody's head set, and then boom, you're gone.
But it's like
that person is going to emerge for us. It's just a matter of when.
But it's like, even then, in his that situation was different because in that huddle, you got a guy who has if we're huddling up, we're going through adversity, we're in the game. You got a guy who's in his 4th year, a guy who's a national champion. He was a part of a national title program. Another guy who's also in his 6th year, and a guy who's you have nothing but experience in that huddle. So therefore, those guys, even though you might be saying certain things, those guys still aren't rattled. They've been there before too. So it's like, it's different when you're leading experienced troops as opposed to troops who ain't never been in the field. It's just a
Right.
little different. It's a little different. So it's like,
I mean,
it's kind of a taller task this year.
Javier had been to 2 Sweet 16s already. You're playing in the Final Four, but it's just, this is payoff. This is your 4th year. Everything's going down. I mean, of course, LJ had been into, he won a national title. This is the 2nd Final Four, but he's been in the Sweet 16 at least every year of his career.
Yeah.
And you're playing, those guys are going through wars day after day, the toughest situations you could possibly be in. They've gone through them. E-Man was in his 3rd year. He's already gone through those wars, 3 straight Sweet 16s. He turned into the guy that had to fill in for Jamal the year before against Duke. So he's led that charge. He's gone through that. Now you got guys who can be, I mean, they're in their 1st year of actually playing.
Yeah. But it's like, E-Man, he overcame the toughest war. You limped into college with a broken leg, and you overcame that. So it's like, bro, we know you battle tested. Sheesh. Like, it's just, hey man, it's like I said, it's like what Coach Sampson said, the last game is everything that we want to accomplish is still ahead of us. So it's just like, I find solace in knowing the truth and the validity of that statement. So it's like, you're right. Let's just get to it.
And there is a log jam at the top of the Big 12 this year. Good thing we are in the clubhouse right now. And then let's see, at 3 o'clock, Texas Tech goes to war with Iowa State, and Kansas and Arizona lock up at the same time. So I guess picture.
Kansas. Are they at Kansas or at Arizona? Let me check that.
Let me check. At Arizona. And then Tech is at Iowa State. So everybody that's tied is going to have one more loss.
It's real smoke out here. That is beautiful, man. I'm about to be on this damn couch all day watching something.
When I tell you what, though, man, that Arizona-Kansas game, I like chaos, so I want to see Arizona lose, of course. I want to see them come back to the pack one more, because then that makes their game against Iowa State even bigger.
More, yeah.
I mean, Iowa State's at home. You think that they handle a top-and-less Texas Tech, so that means they're playing for a share of the title whenever they meet if Arizona loses. So I think we're all at 4 losses except for
Arizona.
Except for Arizona.
Yeah, but hey, it ain't Monday, so I don't know how much I believe in Kansas on that in that type of
But
environment, man.
them
That
on
type
the
of
road.
smoke.
So, I mean, we got Tech, Iowa State, Kansas, and U of H 4 losses right now. Arizona's got a 2-game lead.
Damn.
Or
And then
game and a half.
so
Game and a half on
so
them.
if they lose this and go to Iowa State. Yeah, you're right. We are definitely like it's everybody got it's 4 people tied for second, damn near. 4
And
teams.
surprise, surprise, surprise of the season.
Facts.
UCF is right there. UCF
That's
is sitting there
tough.
9-6.
That's tough.
I mean,
shout out UCF,
and
man. Shout out Johnny D. Shout out Johnny D, man.
Johnny's had some big wins. Got to get
Shout
that
out
contract
Johnny D.
extension.
On God, he do. On God, I wouldn't. Hey, I used to love going to UCF, just seeing the scenery. You know, it's just great scenery out there. I know Johnny loving it out there, man. For real.
See, I love watching Johnny Dawkins as a player. He was just a silky smooth. God,
you know, it's so crazy. Good. I'm gonna have to watch some film because like you only just hear about how good he was. I've never like just watched it with my own, own 2 eyes.
Well, the thing is that since then you've had other just big timers. I mean, right behind him comes Grant Hill, and Grant Hill literally is the guy that I thought would be what LeBron James became.
Mm-hmm.
But that was Grant Hill. The only thing that stopped him was just terrible feet, and from an injury perspective, because that guy was. I mean, I can't describe how good that guy was.
No. That's crazy because I heard some other old heads talking about like Grant Hill and that type of to that level. Like he was that good, but it was just injuries that more so derailed him.
Oh my God, dude,
which is unfortunate, man. That's sad when it's like your career, like you can't control that. It's just sad when that like is more so what derails you.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I can't begin to tell you. I mean, he had a shot. I mean, he had a shot like Jordan, not to that level, but like it. He had hops like Vince Carter. I mean,
and he was a little longer. He was about 6'7", 6'8", no, if I'm not mistaken.
Man, he could flat out. He could do everything, man. I just love watching him play. And he was lightning fast, but he was so smooth. He looked kind of slow. So he just kind of floated through. I mean, he just floated through the games. It was just unreal.
Yeah. That's crazy.
And just this guy, D-Rose in his knees. Yeah.
We all wanted to be D-Rose.
And I would have liked to have seen, could you imagine Allen Iverson playing today? Where at one point his crossover got banned because it was considered carrying or traveling. Dude, in today's game, holy shit.
It's funny. This is the last thing, and then we can acknowledge Ryan. But I remember we were having a GOAT conversation. And Coach Samson was like, son, Kareem is the best player to ever touch a basketball. He said they changed the rules for him. You were so good. It was like he was so dominant. It's like, you can't do this anymore. And I'm just like, it really put things in perspective because it's like, let's say with me, it's like, hey, you know what? You're so fast. You can't run full speed no more. You got a jog. That'll be crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he was like Kareem was that dominant. They changed the rules. MJ, no more middies, no more fadeaways. No, you can't do that. You're too nice at it. That's crazy. That's ridiculous.
I mean, they screwed Allen Iverson. They changed his crossover.
Yeah.
Made it illegal. Well, I mean, the crossover wasn't illegal. What he did, the way he did it, they just started calling carry or walk. But in today's game, carrying the ball doesn't count. Walk, I mean, just call everything a gather step. You get 5 steps.
Yeah, literally. But what's up, Ryan? What's the word?
Welcome back, Scoop.
What's up? I'm so glad I got here just in time for the NBA talk. NBA old timer talk.
The conversation just flows, man.
Hey,
It just flows.
have fun. Have you
I
talked
don't
about
dictate
Star
where it
Pizza?
goes. Absolutely.
You
Multiple
talked about
times.
Section 12X?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Have you talked about the Ritz? No, you waited on that one. Have we
Yeah.
talked about one substantial?
No, orders coming soon. That's the update.
Yeah.
Orders coming. They're
You're-
currently in transit to me. Yes, and once they will be dispersed immediately. So
Can I say something personal? Just a me thing. Nobody's going to give a shit. Just me.
Sure.
I had my 7-year-old niece here today. It was her first time ever going to a U of H basketball game. And she was wearing her UH cheerleader outfit she wears to football games. But I went over to see her just before halftime, and she had changed clothes. And she's sitting here in a one substantial hoodie.
you feel me? She knows ball.
She knows ball, and that's my sister, like gorging on popcorn behind her.
Yeah.
Don't pay any attention to that.
She knows
But my niece, Nate Macy, went to her first game. She got on the floor. Her and Emmanuel became best friends. I think she's going to start talking about me and Emmanuel, things like that. So there was a question. Who was your little assistant? That was Macy. She had a blast. We had the media pass redone with her name on it. And she got to see 102 points. So she
Man,
was
she didn't have to
very
be Elvin
happy.
Hayes. She didn't have to be Elvin Hayes today, huh?
No, she did
Lucky
not
her.
have to be Elvin Hayes.
Lucky her.
That's only you and at Baylor. Satin jackets just in time for summer.
You feel me? He knows ball.
That's knowing ball.
He knows ball.
I mean, if you're not
So-
rocking a satin jacket at the mall, dude,
You feel
Come
me?
on.
Come on, bro.
I mean,
Get
go
your
to the
swag
water
in
slide
order.
park, rock a satin
Get your
jacket,
Get your swag in order, man. Come on now. If you know, you know.
wearing your OP shorts, your kitty sandals.
A mullet.
Oh yeah, yeah. Business
So
up front, party in the back.
yeah, when you think about party, you think me.
Yeah.
Women's basketball is having their shoot around. They have their final home game tomorrow. So as soon as Kelvin stopped at the press conference, they came down for a shoot around. So glad to see y'all. Things from the press conference. Kelvin emphasized they wanted to attack earlier in the shot clock. They did. They wanted to play faster. He said him and Milos had a little visit, which, Galen, you understand what that means. He said, I know how good he is. I know how good he is when he attacks. Milos said he got a little clarity from that visit. We had a good talk for sure. He also said he had a little talk with Kingston about some things he wasn't happy about with him.
Yeah, I could tell.
He said he had to get their attention in the second half. I think he did. One of the kids, not one of ours, not one of the four-quarter guys, but one of the young kids, asked, how do you feel your execution was tonight? And got cut off with, we scored 102, Hoss. I mean, you just can't argue with that.
What do you think about your team's execution?
What do you think you were doing today? What was happening?
What do you think about your team's execution? Yes, I'm for it.
Said there was a big emphasis this week on guards getting defensive rebounds and pushing the pace just to get faster offense.
Mercy heard go get rebounds, and he just said every ball that goes in the air.
He took that personally.
Mr. Steenack, me and you were fighting for this.
Literally. But the funny thing about like when something may click for you, and it might be a meeting, it might be a practice, you never know how it may come about. But um, it can just be so simple. And like I remember it was a guy that's from Houston, this kid named Xavier Wheeler, and we were in the gym working out, and he was talking about stuff that Coach Calipari used to tell him. And granted, this I'm gonna use one of my five. This shit may sound dumb, what I'm about to say. But he was like, bro, Cal would say, like, whenever you're shooting free throws, he'd be like, bro, just shoot it straight. And for some reason, like the simplicity in it just made so much sense to me. Not that you try to shoot it crooked, but it's like, he's like, bro, just shoot it straight. You won't miss like, and I was like, dang, that kind of landed the plane. Am I tripping?
Not at all. Not at all. Because
Like,
it's something.
it is
It's
like-
something that. It's
That
something
plane
that-
wasn't flying very high.
It's something that you can visualize.
It
That
didn't crash.
actually,
You feel me?
I mean, you can sit there and say, okay, well, what you got to do is you got to make sure you put your finger on
Yeah,
the air spout or whatever, and you got to line it up just right, and then you just come up with something that's very
shoot
simple.
it straight.
It's like, oh, I got you now. Now I know
It's
what you're
like
talking.
that just kind of simple. It's like, wow, I'm like, bro, that was great advice. I told him, I was like, bro, that was great advice. Like,
I mean, I
maybe
like the
maybe I'm a
story, but
dummy.
that sounded like a Key and Peele name.
Xavier?
Yeah.
Kim Peel. But man, I was like, wow, for some reason there was a connection that you just made. Like,
It is weird. Well, I mean, it's like a couple of things that Coach Bishop talked about, and he made it just real simple. He said, whenever he said,
simple and easy.
yeah, simple and easy. I was like, oh shit, that just.
I'm like, that makes
I
so
wish
much
I'd have. I wish I'd have heard that. Wish I'd have heard that 30 years ago.
It would have still been too late.
Well, I mean, but then it all makes sense at that point.
literally.
Doesn't mean I'm going to execute it. Doesn't mean I'm going to be any better at it. But it's like, oh, now I get what you're
Like
talking
you
about.
you just put it into words that I can understand. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. Playing for Coach Sampson. It's simple. Just listen to what you hear. It ain't easy. It is not easy.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's the things that we've been talking. We talk about it every time we lose, and thank God it's not that often. But every time that we're playing poorly or we lose, the offense. Everybody's figured out the offense. Everybody's figured out our defense. It's like everybody's known our defense for 10 years. Everybody's known our offense for 10 years because we run the same shit. It's the exact same. It's like Bobby Knight when he was at Indiana.
Mhm.
He ran the motion offense, and that's it. It's like what's his name at Temple? They ran the matchup zone.
I know you're talking
John
about. That's
Chaney?
crazy.
John
John-
Chaney, yeah. I mean, they run the same thing every year. What's his name? The guy at Princeton ran the exact same backdoor cut offense. You got to execute it.
I'll never forget. I forget who it was that told me this story, but he was a guy that I think that Coach Sampson allowed him to sit in on the practice, and so he watched everything the guys did, and so I think they were playing him soon, and he was like, I knew everything they were going to run, but he just out executed like what I knew. Like they ran it with such a pace and with such a level of execution that is just like we had no like, and I was like, that's kind of crazy for you to just literally see the practice and still can't stop whatever is coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Kelvin said that he thought Khalifa played well, but they had
Absolutely.
to kind of ramp him down because he's a Muslim and it's Ramadan. And if you don't know, you cannot even drink water between sunup and sundown. So he can't take a cup of water, a sip, anything during a game. And so Kelvin asked him, what time did you get up this morning? He's like 5:30. It's like, what'd you have to eat? and he said, I had some pasta, I had Domino's, I had mac and cheese, and something else.
A house.
Yeah. And Kelvin's like, you smell that Frenchie's wafting through the air? Khalifa says, yeah. Kelvin says, bruh. Kelvin asked if he could move Ramadan to April, still be observant, just do it outside the season. But apparently they don't let you do that. Kelvin told the story much better than I did just there. You felt like he was going to go too far with it, but he pulled it back in. Yeah.
Sounds like
Kelvin. I was ready to do the, oh my God, he went over the board, and then he didn't. He's fine. Have we talked about Tad Boyle getting tossed? Or the refs?
No, but I'm with him on getting tossed.
Yeah, why stick around for this?
I support why he was complaining.
What was he complaining about, do you think?
Well, I mean, the overall bullshittery. But when they got called for that foul on the screen, I was like, come on, dude. I mean, it's for us, so yeah, that's kind of cool. But realistically, that wasn't a foul, because if it happened, when I look at what calls happen to other teams, my thought is, if that happened to us, I would be fucking furious. And that was one of them. So I was like, I don't blame him. I thought all the refs were just dog shit. I mean, I always lean to refs sucking just because I hate them. Refs, umpires, any kind of official.
It's like Colorado got some good pieces.
They have a couple players that are nice.
They got some good pieces. I mean, we just said the same thing in just different vernacular, Ryan.
Yeah. But I mean, there's a lot of guys. Yeah, Isaiah Johnson, good player.
He plays a lot better than his size.
Yes. Ben got Doc. Jamie Loves. And that's about it.
And I say little. Galen, I think he's your height.
Yeah.
I'm not the tallest guy.
The thing is, I mean, you're what, 6'1", 6'2"?
Yeah. But it's like I just think like they play like they have 7 freshmen in their rotation. And it's like that's just
suicide.
Just knowing, you feel me? Just knowing how freshmen, like, man.
Well, you feel you kind of feel you feel for them a little bit in that they went young this year, and they'll probably lose half of them.
Yeah,
you might lose a head coach too.
Well, and that's another thing. I mean, you got a super veteran coach who went young late in his contract.
Yeah,
and so that's a huge gamble.
Might be a reason.
I mean, but the thing is that even if you had a coach in their prime, that's mid 40s, you go that young in a program like that, and then you're going to have another season like this. I mean, everybody is up to being poached, but those guys are going to be gone. I would bet. I mean, I would assume. I don't think if you promoted Danny Manning that those guys are going to stay around.
No.
And at this point, Danny Manning, I don't even know if the name means anything to those young kids.
What? Do you know that?
Didn't mean nothing to me.
It means something to me.
I did some research. And I'm like,
does Tad Boyle as a player mean anything to you? He was the captain at Kansas when Danny was a freshman.
Yeah,
that's tough.
Wow.
And I didn't know that until 2 days ago when I was just reading, and I was like, "Oh, look at that!" And that's why Danny Manning is on his staff. It's because that relationship goes back 40+ years.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
So when Manning was there, what, in the late 80s?
Yeah, Manning is about to turn 60.
like 87, 86, 86, 87.
Yeah, something like that.
Manning in the Miracles.
Yeah, he would have gotten there 85, 84, 85.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But
Back
that
in my youth.
bald-headed ref, whose name is Tommy Johnson, Kelvin has had an issue with for a little while. One of the others, the guy with the black hair, who's a realtor in Dallas, who
looks like a
sure
realtor.
loves his publicity. He's a
with his
bizarre one.
pompadour.
Yeah.
He looks a realtor who takes those headshots on his business card
With his phone and his dog, and like a glamour shot from the 80s, but with props.
And he's got another one of him up here looking off to the side like a three wolf howling.
Yeah. But so that guy, whatever, and Tommy Johnson both did the BYU game, and that's the game everybody thought Kelvin was going to get a tech. And I told Jamie this morning at 7:30, Kelvin's getting a tech today. Like when we saw the ref lineup, it's like Kelvin is getting a tech. I didn't realize Tad Boyle would have 2 in 16 minutes. Didn't have that one. But that Tommy Johnson, in the last 2 weeks, he's done games in the Big 12, the WAC, the MVC, the Southland, the Big Sky, and the Big West. You know what that tells me? He's not very good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, he all over the place.
The only the only thing that stands out to me about him that I can remember as a ref is he's the idiot that always makes calls all the way across the court. Somebody's 50 feet away from it. He's going to make a call on a reach-in foul in the opposite corner.
That he can't see. Yeah. Doing too much. Fool.
I'm a big fan of that.
Just ran too much at the WAC game. I got to slow this Big 12 game down. I'll get paid by the hour here.
I saw his last game, and it was like the Anteaters and Abilene Christian. Like, it was some bizarre game. And, I've got a lot of ref theories, but if the Big 12 is putting guys like him on the court, that's a huge freaking problem. His last game was Utah Tech and Abilene Christian.
There's no way you
game.
can have like officiating consistency if you're like, because you can't officiate those conferences the same. Like,
No.
The speed of the game ain't.
It's different.
I mean, it's like the difference between the NBA and college.
Yeah, literally.
I mean, let's put it this way: I could have played at Abilene Christian.
You could have played at Utah Tech.
I probably would have started there.
Yeah.
So you'd have been all conference.
No, started, not all conference.
Yeah, we're not putting that kind of effort into it.
I get that, that slow honky effort, so people like me. Oh, look, he took a charge. Oh, he's our glue guy. Yeah, okay.
Glue.
Literally.
Sure.
Yeah. Just because he can't move doesn't mean he's glue.
Ryan, that was a great one. I must
to
have
the
been.
floor.
That was a great one.
He went from Carbondale, Indiana.
Timely with your insults. Like, man, I can't lie. It's a level of respect that I got to give to you. The insults are so
Thank you.
instant. Like, it's crazy.
He went from Nacogdoches, Texas to Carbondale, Illinois to St. George, Utah to Houston. No wonder he's in a pissed off mood all the time. So yeah, not a big fan.
I did come to the Big 12. At least he goes to like real cities.
Well, you get paid substantially more reffing a Big 12 game. I mean, it's like, for a regular game, you're getting probably $2,500, getting $3,500 to $4,000 in the Big 12. Substantially different, and they don't pay you per foul, even though he tried to.
Facts.
Tried to make that happen.
Let's go. We haven't gone to comments.
Well, can we talk about one thing? You'll probably talked about it, but it was a big deal to me, and I want to focus on it. Sako gets thrown a pass, an entry pass, and he's under the basket. He doesn't catch it cleanly, and he starts to kind of fumble it, but he just decided, fuck this. I am taking this with two hands, and nobody is tying this up, and nobody is getting this ball. And then he laid it up and put it in and scored. This was in the first half. And I just thought there was a toughness there. I mean, every time this year, somebody has tied that ball up. And Sako just said no. And I think that's the meanest play anybody on this team has made all year. Anyways, that's all I have. Look at the comments.
Let's see. Going back to the beginning. Well, that was cathartic. It definitely was. Congrats. Welcome back to Coug Style Play. See, Mom knows what's up. Where has this version of Milos been all season? It's been off and on, but it is good to see. It's good to see it at any time. I don't care who it's against. Milos Uzon looked like an NBA caliber player today. We need him.
And it's like, I don't even think that, granted, he made shots, but it's like, it's the fact that, like, bro, you were shooting them. Like, there's no reason someone of his talent level and with the importance that his aggression has on our team, that he should be taking he should never be taking 4 or 5 shots in a game. It should be at least 10.
Mm-hmm.
At least.
Well, and I think the most important thing is he got downhill, but when he got the ball on the outside, he was taking shots in the flow of the game, not the hey, I'm going to dribble and I'm going to jab step and dribble and step back and jab step and dribble. Oh shit, here's a fadeaway 3. But they all came in the flow of the game. Rhythm. Most of them were uncontested. And you're everybody's a different shooter when you catch it in the flow. When you force it, I mean, hell, speaking of forcing it, I saw E-Man pass up 2 wide open 3s to a guy who was more wide open than him. That's progress right there. That's saying something. That's a guy who's seeing things in a good way, not ghosts, but seeing open men. Mm-hmm. And having that discernment to pass up a semi-contested shot to someone who'd be wide open. Don't know if it was regaining his aggression, meh competition, or a combination of the two, but welcome back, Milos. We've missed you. I agree 100% with all of that. Your mic stinks, Ryan. Thank you for fixing it.
I don't know what happened.
Brad, too quiet. Oh, I can speak up. I don't know if you want me to, though.
I like this Towns. Towns got a little smile going. He making jokes. He couldn't get shit out of Towns.
No, he was angry last game.
Towns was fed up.
Ryan, that was in Galen. That was my version of discernment. Because had I really spoken freely, the FCC would like a talk with me.
Yeah, the Cats might have been canceled.
20 assists on 30 made field goals. I think that's good. I'm going to have to confirm that with Mr. Galen Robinson. What do you think? 20 assists, 34?
Yeah, it's definitely good, especially in a game like this when you were able to generate so many open looks. But in other games, it might be more of an off the dribble ISO type of, you know what I mean? So but yeah, definitely today, especially with the 4 or 5 turnovers, that's very impressive. It was 7, still 7.
Well,
7
you gave one up at the end of the game. You gave one up at the end of the game, dribbling it out, which I don't think should count. But they're counting it. It goes in your stats, but okay. I'm with you. I don't think it should count.
Over a 2-to-1 almost 3-1 assist to turnover ratio.
Yeah, almost 3-1.
Yeah, you're doing something right.
Tech beat this same CU team by 2. BYU beat them by 4 in OT, and KU beat them by 6. This was a better Colorado team than you think. Huge step in the right direction.
They got some pieces.
Yeah. I mean, I still think
some pieces, man.
Stuff, but this is the Big 12. Anything can happen. Everybody's dangerous on the right day. And the thing with U of H is everybody's dangerous if U of H allows them to be. Okay. I don't care if it's Arizona. I don't care if it's Iowa State or Texas Tech, or I don't care who it is. Kansas. Everybody's as good as we allow them to be. We are good enough defensively to beat every one of them. We're good enough offensively to beat every one of them. But if we're not aggressive on both offense and defense, if we're not smart and taking care of the ball and taking care of fouls, we'll be beat by everybody. And that's exactly what happened.
That's why they say, man, is boxing styles make fights. That's why, Kansas struggles with UCF. You just never, when guys match up well with you, you just never know what the outcome could be. Even though you may be dominant against every other team, if our strength is your weaknesses, we always have a chance.
Mm-hmm. It's like I've never ever liked a matchup between us and Alabama, is because they spread us out and just gash us to death.
Mm-hmm.
Also, like Mercy's 10 points, 8 boards. Go ahead.
I was about to say, and usually Alabama, they have guys who they're big men. They at least recently, they can take you out in the perimeter, take you away from the rim. So it's like, they spread you out, and it's like our system is built to defend guys who may be big guys who may be more back to the basket. But if you out on the perimeter, you getting your boogie on, it's like, that's a little different than what we're accustomed to.
Mm-hmm. Well, and you force a team like us to drag our bigs out there, and their guards can beat our guards 1-on-1. So it's a free run to the rim.
It's no rip, exactly.
And then it's either layup or lob city. And
this is ethical hoops talk. This is ethical hoops talk. Pure hoops, man. My goodness. Mercy. He's gonna rebound. He is gonna rebound. Like, that's just what he does. You, like you said, you can't, like, at least with him, you can't. His strength is scoring. That's what he does the best. And you can't always count on the ball going in the basket. But good, bad, or indifferent, he's gonna get a board. And you can make the case about how he may have not been getting certain minutes because of size or this or that, whatever the case may be. But it's like the kid is gonna board regardless of who's on the floor. So,
it's probably more complicated than this, but just from my experience watching the way U of H plays, the reasons why our guards rebound is because they try to.
Mm-hmm.
Most teams' guards don't rebound, and it's not really expected of them. It's just kind of a, hey, if you can, it's great. But get back on defense. But our guys attack the basketball.
Hey, Towns, there's a funny thing about consequences, too, that just, hey, if you don't do this, then this is going to happen. And it's like, you know what? I don't want that to happen, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to go get this board because I ain't trying to get my ass on the line.
And like you've been saying all year long, you've got to do the little things to earn more time.
Yeah.
And you know what the easiest little thing to do is? Rebound. You don't got to get a lot of them. You only got to do it 4 or 5 times a game, and then all of a sudden, if you're averaging 5 rebounds a game as a shooting guard, holy shit, you're considered a great rebounder.
Yes, that means you're averaging. So some nights you might get 7, 8.
Mm-hmm. That's better not get below 2 though.
Yeah, but it's like even rebounding is like. You just never know how many offensive rebounds that lead to points that you're preventing because you're securing those boards. That's why Coach Sampson always says is like a possession isn't over until you get the rebound. And I think in the first half, it was early in the first half. I think we got 2 offensive rebounds on the possession. I think Chris got the second one. It led to a bucket. He said, see, Colorado got 2 stops, but Houston got the offensive rebound. So it's like, you didn't really get no stop if it led to us having, you know what I mean? So it's like, you got to, in order to complete a good defensive possession, you got to get that board.
Well, now that we've seen the other side of it, we stopped. God, I can remember at least 4 or 5 stops that we had on Arizona, and they got the offensive rebound. It's like, son of a, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then of course the offensive rebound on a free throw that Lipsy got at Iowa State. But that's behind us. It obviously doesn't bother me. This is interesting. Mercy Miller looking like Marcus Sasser.
Slow down.
Well, I will say,
but I know what he's talking
similar
about.
demeanors.
Yeah.
Eerily similar demeanors. Like, if I spend my eyes, it's like, granted,
I see what they're talking about.
But I also see what they're also not talking about.
Well, no, I don't think it's a comparison to say, hey, look, this is the end product of Marcus Sasser, who's in the NBA now. It's we remember what Marcus looked like early.
Mm-hmm.
Took him some time, but he's, he was one that played early, and that's also a different world. It's a different team. Does he get those exact same minutes on this team? I don't know. Maybe. As a true freshman?
Question.
I don't know.
And is it as effective?
The floor of this
league
program is rising every year.
That's kind of crazy to think about. Like, dang.
Because when I looked at it, look back at
Nate was on that team. DQ Maul was on it, right? Am I remembering that correct?
His freshman year?
His freshman year, it was because Q got that year. So it was Deke, Nate, Q, Maul. Was Maul on that team?
Yes.
I think Jamal was in his, or no, I think he was still a high school senior. He came after that, right?
Okay.
Yeah, because Marcus was a year ahead.
Let's see. As a true freshman, Caleb, Q, Nate, Fabian, Dejan, Marcus was a true freshman. He was a true freshman with Caleb Mills.
That's 3 NBA guys on that team, man. It's a high floor. 4, not including Marcus.
And he averaged 23 minutes a game.
He has some guys. Damn.
Yeah, but
that's crazy.
Beautiful Saturday for a get-right game. Did you put this up, Towns? Looking at other Big 12 schedules, we should finish second in the league. I think that's true. Need Emmanuel to find his shot. I think that's true. But these losses will be good for us. Be the aggressor. Yeah, he's going to keep shooting it.
He's been shooting the piss out of it for 5 years.
Yeah. He'll be fine. Game high 8 assists for Fleming. He's a great distributor. I think the staff is playing more to his strength. His strength is defensive rebounding and get the ball up the floor and figure out where the ball needs to go. And they did that today. It's also a great day when Jacob McFarland gets some minutes. Would love to see what he looks like when he's 100%. Dude looks apart size-wise. Yeah.
He's in that kind of in-between zone of you want to get him some minutes, but you also don't want to ruin a potential medical red shirt.
Well, you put him in, so they can't. I don't think you could go back and say medical red shirt after you play him.
Of course you can.
I thought it was a limit to
anything's possible these days.
Well, you can't say he's hurt and then play him and then say, oh, but he was hurt, is what I'm saying. But with the NCAA now, I don't know.
We're gonna draw the line at obviously injured guys who are covering for injury. We're gonna turn a blind eye to NBA players coming back to college. Like what?
Hey,
what are we talking
I'm
about?
on your side here.
What are we talking about, bro? Unbelievable.
I'm sure we've got attorneys that would pick that up.
Not getting bogged down in the half court is so much better for this offense. Love the faster pace. You're just not doing that against Iowa State. Maybe some against Kansas, but you didn't. You weren't attacking very well.
And
why
it's
is
like
McFarland? Go ahead.
My bad, but it's like there is film, and guys know what you're running. So you make certain hand movements, you make certain calls. The other team knows what to prepare for. So it's like it's easier to guard a team in half court because you have an idea of what you may be expecting. But let's say Kingston or Los gets the rebound. We're in transition. It's spread up to even like you just don't know what's going to happen in transition because it's not a scripted play.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like
you don't know where the guys, you don't know where
anytime,
everybody is.
Yeah, anytime you're able to get those that like unscripted points, transition buckets, like that's better for any team, not just us. Probably except Virginia.
Why is McFarland not playing more? I don't know where those minutes come from. And he's not, he's just not on this level right now. You can't come off of 2 years of injury and be thrown into the Big 12. It's not right for him, for sure. And it's not right for this team.
Sako is just now kind of figuring things out. It would take McFarland.
And he didn't miss time.
He didn't miss. So I'm trying to figure out, like, at what point would you insert Jacob into, like, his first burn is really going to be in Big 12
as soon as you bust a bill and you're up by 40, that's when I insert him. It's not fair to the player. It's really not.
Literally very unfair.
And it's not fair to the team either. You just can't have somebody that has not played going in there in crucial minutes. And he could have played in the Utah game, but there's not many. Kansas State was too close, frankly, 14 points. There's just not a lot of opportunities in conference play where it's been such a blowout that he could play.
And it's like, and also
it's
too,
just,
when guys come back from injury, there's nobody who wants them to be more successful than like the people that are in our program. So because they want that success so bad for them, it's like, I'm not even going to put you in a position to be unsuccessful, because healing from an injury, it takes longer mentally. So it's like, I don't even want your confidence to be an issue because I put you in a position that you weren't like essentially ready for. So like, you might be doing more harm than good thinking like that. And that's just unfair to the guy. It's like everybody in our program wants to see Jacob win.
Okay, get your calculator out. For U of H to tie the Big 12, Zona needs to lose today against Kansas and then against Iowa State. Iowa State needs to lose against Tech. KU needs to lose against Kansas State or Arizona State. Tech needs to lose to TCU or BYU. Or you get the 2 seed, which is a lot more likely than all that. I think Arizona's going to lose a game, but I don't think they're going to lose 2.
Where do they play Iowa State where?
I'm pretty sure at Arizona, but don't 100% quote me that.
Let me see.
Let's see. It is
at Arizona Monday night. So they get Kansas today, Arizona State.
So crazy.
Yeah. They do the big Monday flip. Yeah, I just don't. I don't see it.
But then again, they lost 2 in a row earlier, so anything's possible.
Yeah. They think that Coapete's going to play today. I'm interested to see if that happens.
It might have a different type of effect.
Yeah, but
Guys are going back to a role that fit. That you just never know. Yeah, especially against this type of team, against Kansas. Who knows? But yeah, we'll see.
that's just out of your hands at this point.
Exactly.
And
yeah, something you can't control.
all you got to do is
what's the over under on minutes for DNP?
25.
Hey, no, it depends on if he hooping or not. If he hooping, he gonna play under 20. If he ain't hooping, we might see 20 plus. I think that's.
I was about to say
metric.
you're on the clock right here. If you're going to hit it right,
I think that's the metric, man.
if he's like he's like 6 of 8. He's like, I'm done. See ya. That's enough work for me.
I'm chilling. Yeah, I'm chilling. Just imagine, like, I don't want to say anything else about Kansas, but just imagine being that talented that people recognize how good you are, and they feel like you're depriving them when you're not playing. Like, you're that good. Like, the game looks that easy for you. Like, that's just crazy to me. And I truly do wonder, like, what it actually is, instead of, like, all the speculation and stuff, like what the issue actually is.
You have the biggest microphone you'll ever have right now. If you wanted to talk about it, you could.
Exactly.
I don't know why it hasn't. I don't understand. It's
But
not like Kansas is preventing it.
Why would you think?
Mental health, something. I mean, it could be I'm a giant pussy and I'm just not going to go play. Like, y'all have already paid me, and the NBA is about to pay me.
I'll say this. I don't think it's the player. I don't think it's all the player. I think he's got handlers that are
That's on the
call.
player. That's on the player.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think he is saying, okay, I'm done. I think it's his people that are trying to manage his minutes.
But what
you mean they're trying to manage their money?
Well, he was legitimately injured at the beginning of the year.
Preventing injury.
If you're gonna get,
I don't know.
Regardless,
I'm with you. I'm with you.
That coveted number 1 pick because it's that fuels the shoe deal, and then the shoe deal sets everything.
Shit, a first round pick can get a shoe deal. You don't gotta be number 1.
He should be sponsored by Bumper Dumper. If you want to sit around, make sure you sit on throne.
It's like the guy who is also could be another number 1 pick. Somebody went down. He played 40.
Yeah, Devonta is showing you something.
There's no way
he played 40 and had like 36.
That can't be the reason, Pound. I just can't. That doesn't mathematically add up to me.
Man, dude, I just think the NBA is so lost. Nobody gives a shit. I mean, as far as the players, you see all the. Do you pay attention to NBA Twitter? People talking about the NBA.
I try not to, because there's so many things
give a
that
shit
go
if the
on
team
that we just don't know.
They don't care if the team wins or lose. They're on Kalshi betting individual stuff. They're on their sports books doing parlays for individuals. W's have nothing to do with it. They're all betting on players, and that's what the NBA's turned into. And there's a handful of teams out there that care about winning. But everybody else realizes it's a job, and so you manage yourself to get to that $100 million contract. You're looking for that big second, third contract.
I just think that I see Bill Self in a higher regard than accepting or tolerating that type of stuff. It almost be to the like, at least in respect wise and how I view him. I view him and Coach Samp on the same pedestal. You respect what they do, and that be like me accepting Coach Sampson allowing something like that to fly. And I just
well,
I
here's the way
would bet my life he would not do that. Like,
I
you're
think
not tolerating that.
there was a time when I think that might have been true, but I've been on record saying this the last couple of years. I think Bill Self's health issues have slowed him down a step and have pulled him back off the edge a little bit that he used to play on, because guys that are that high achieving, they go through, I mean, they run at 110% constantly. But and the reason why they're up there is because they have the ability to do that every single day. If you pull that down to 95%, 100%,
You got to compensate.
You're similar to everybody else. You're no longer that step ahead. And it's not a bad thing, but the way the game has changed is that now they're not the only ones who can pay. So guess what? A lot of other teams have guys like that. U of H has guys like that Kansas would normally get. Kansas used to could stack 5 stars 3 deep. Now they might could stack them for 1 year and then they're gone.
Hey, guess we'll hear about it on an elaborate.
And the thing is,
podcast.
you've got to make the decision. Do you want to put the screws to DMP and then risk all the other street hustlers shaking you down, say, for every last dollar, and then the guy bolted anyway, and so you're left with nothing? If you're going to play the game, you got to get dirty, and the thing is that he's already dirty.
Yeah.
Because now it ain't just now he didn't get that protection from the FBI like before.
Well, wait.
Now nobody needs
Oh, man.
nobody needs protection because it's all legal.
If you do miss a day during Ramadan, you can make it up later in the year, but it has to be a special circumstance. Losing streak does not count.
Yeah. Game day does not.
I don't know, man. Basketball's a religion.
Fair point.
All right. Ryan, I met you today. Big fan. Ryan was so cool today in his blue. This is Natasha. Sweetheart of a girl. I always get so nervous when people are like, I know you. And I'm like, uh-oh. But she was great. Crowd wasn't too bad for an early game. I thought the crowd was fantastic. Coming off of 3 losses, you got the rodeo cook-off going on. Today was the rodeo run, which ruined traffic everywhere, and I hate it.
When there's freeways shut down all over.
Every freeway has some issue. And 11 a.m., and you still had a really decent crowd here. So that was great.
People that don't live in Houston, that live in smaller cities, when I tell them it literally takes 45 minutes to go a mile and a half, they don't believe me.
It took me an hour and 10 minutes to get here from Montrose. I mean, we're talking 2 miles. Mm-hmm. But because the rodeo run had West, they had Allen Parkway and Memorial, and then I go all the way around Washington, and the damn on-ramp to 45 is closed, so I had to go through downtown, and that's where all those rodeo run people are at. Yeah.
That's crazy. That's criminal.
I really want to know what this was. I'm just going to assume it was something awesome, but we don't have it.
Well, I mean, I think it was the NBA pregame.
Okay.
I thought it was Shaq and Charles. I mean, me and Galen get accused of that. We look very much like them.
Yeah. Towns, what was your no-nonsense outlook optimistic outlook for this team. Enjoy your takes.
My thoughts haven't changed. I think this is a team that can still win the national title. My goal is with every team is to get past the first weekend of the tournament. Anything after that is up in the air. It's really, I mean, you could. What were we made the Final Four the first time under Sampson? Well, what's
The seed?
What were we?
5.
5 seed?
Yeah. And you beat teams that were higher than you, seed-wise, all the way through. But I'm pretty sure it was a 5.
Technically,
Well, we
beat.
Yeah.
Well, but lower seed.
Everybody that we faced was the worst possible seed that we could face.
Yeah.
On the run to the Final Four. So you can have a matchup like that, or you can be the 1 seed and have the most difficult road to the Final Four in recorded history outside of Florida, and Florida did it the exact same year you did it. It's really a crapshoot because anything can happen. Anything can happen in the tournament. We know that. Who do you get in the second round? If you're a 2 seed, who do you get next? 3 seed, who do you get next?
Yeah. And it also, you went and beat Arizona, who is a 1 seed, on a, Friday night late, and then you get an early Sunday game. So you get 36 hours to turn around to go from the highest of the high to Villanova to get, and it just, you can get a good team for you, and then they screw you on the times.
I mean, I think it is. I don't think it's crazy to expect another Sweet 16 run. It sounds insane to me to actually say that.
Yes.
But I do believe that this team has the talent to win it all.
Experience.
So was that your outlook? I think the question was, what was your outlook? Do you think you felt that way the whole time?
Yeah, I felt that way from the beginning of the season.
Okay.
I've always felt from the beginning of the season that this team has a higher ceiling than any team that Sampson has had.
I just think experience matters, and this team has a chance to be a Final Four team, and that is all you can ever ask for. Once you get there, who knows?
You just want a chance.
Yeah,
just want a chance.
It could be, but you're at a point right now where JoJo is going to the bench with 17 or 18 minutes left in the first half.
I'm talking about this team has more talent.
I understand that. But talent doesn't always, it's not always the deciding thing.
We talked about that earlier. That's crazy.
Okay.
Because I said that when we played against Duke, I went to that practice, and Coach Sampson, the message that he was like preaching was, J1 is going to be your experience versus Cougar Flag's talent. And it's like, you can be the most talented, but when you're in a situation that you may not know what to do with it, that it's been nullified. So it's like that experience is paramount. But yeah, I think our guys, they're as talented as all get out for sure. But it's just that experience thing that really does matter in moments like that. But just to say about that whole, this is off topic, but do y'all remember whenever the first Final Four that we were a 5 seed, folks were like saying that Houston had the easiest run to the Final Four, and it's like, bro, all we did was play who won. It ain't my fault that the teams that you thought should have won got beat.
Mm-hmm.
All they had to do was win.
All I had to do was win. You played on that game? What? That's crazy. That's crazy. Crazy, man.
When then, and everybody a lot of people pointed to the fact that we got blown out by Baylor because nobody Nobody gave Baylor credit for how great that team was. I mean,
that was sensational.
that team was just unreal.
And these coaches knew that they were going to get beat in that game. They tried, but they knew that Baylor was just way better.
Everything
and they were playing way better.
U of H had a much like their margin of error was so small because Baylor's guards were just that good. They had a guard on that team that they call off night. They call him off night in the NBA because when he's guarding you, you're gonna have an off night. Just think about that. Like it's crazy. They had that squad was truly that was failing that team.
Mm-hmm.
They had a stacked squad, man. They had a stacked squad. Sometimes you just meet guys. You might be talented, you might be experienced. Sometimes you just meet guys who are more talented and more experienced. And then what happens? You lose. Shit.
Built by the Tang briefcase.
Hey, be nice. He's showing up everywhere. There are tweets almost every night of showing Jerome Tang at a different basketball game somewhere else across the country.
Like he's doing a world.
Yeah, he was at Florida Atlantic last night, and somebody's taking a picture of a recruit, and Jerome Tang is like, I love that guy. I'm so on his side now. Doesn't Jacob already have a year missed because of surgery in addition to his red shirt? Yes. How much eligibility does he have left? Right now he's a sophomore. But you don't go get that medical until the end of the career. So you don't get it now. You go and get it then. He 100%. I mean, there is nobody that's ever deserved a medical red shirt more than him. He will get it. So he's basically functionally a freshman, even though he's like 24. He's like a G leaguer that came back. Is Ramon okay? So I saw just coming down after the game, I ran into Ramon and asked him because he was not on the injury report yesterday. He came around and did shoot around before the game. I was like, what's up? He said, I sprained my ankle and I just couldn't go. It just wasn't, and you didn't need him. And it was great to get mercy time, and Chase McCarty got a lot of playing time. So I think that's perfectly fine. What's that?
You know who didn't get a lot of playing time?
Is Harwell.
Isaiah Harwell.
Yeah. Hey, at some point you go with the hot hands.
Yeah, you do. But,
I mean, between Chase and Mercy, you had 20 points, 12 boards.
Yeah.
4 steals.
If you ask, well, I don't care if you ask me or not, I'm going to tell you. Tonight, I wouldn't read into anything other than there were 8 guys that coach needed to get going. And those are the guys who saw the minutes. I mean, if you look up and you see Milos and E-Man in the game with 6 minutes left and a 40-point lead, there's a reason for that. You want to keep them, you got to get them on a roll. You got to get them hot. You got to get a little bit more confidence going into the final weeks as you get into one and done land.
So
we know what an off night in the tournament looks like. We know what an off night in the tournament looks like.
Yeah. U of H was a 2 seed on that first Final Four run. So I got it wrong. And several people corrected us.
Whenever we were,
went to the Elite 8 or
we went to
the next year. Yeah, that was okay. Yeah. Will Jacob be developed as a 4 or a 5? He's a 5. It's just, I mean, he's
a 5. However you cut it and dice it and cut it and slice it, he's a 5.
He's a 5.
If him and Khalif are on the floor together, he's the 5.
You can go double 5s on that. It doesn't matter. You're going to be. All they're going to do is play high-low post action, and that's it.
Man.
Any news on Caleb Holt? Nope, nothing at all. Don't have anything. I did not get to talk to anybody. There were several recruits here. Ty Bell was one of them, TAI. He went to UT last week, came here tonight. 4-star point guard. They like a lot.
What class?
I think he's a 27. No,
I'm
he's a
getting old,
28.
bro.
He's a 28.
I'm getting old.
So you got a long time before that actually happens. But you know, they've got a lot of irons in the fire at point guard.
These kids coming up, man, they were in grade school when you were balling.
Maybe.
See, you were part of their formative years.
That is just crazy.
That's like me when I was thinking
2027.
about Johnny Dawkins. I was a young kid.
And he was, yeah, facts.
When I think about the U of H's Phi Slamma Jamma.
My mom.
Can I
was a
say
kid.
something about Johnny Dawkins? I think he's the coach of the year in the Big 12.
Tommy
I think
Lloyd
he
will get
100%. Tommy Lloyd will get it, but
I
Johnny
think he'll do a
Dawkins
better
had
job.
But it's like I don't
nothing.
think Tommy Lloyd has done anything that we didn't think was a possibility.
Well,
You know what I
Right,
mean?
will
but
say
that's
this.
just
He
that's
took
how
that-
it goes.
He took that team. He had a good team last year and made them a lot better. A lot
But-
better.
There was never a time where anybody thought Arizona was not going to have success.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
Whereas
Yeah.
like UCF is like,
Well, they didn't have anybody come back. It's a whole new
impressive.
team,
That's
and they're 9-6 in this conference. I mean, theoretically, they could go 12-6. And if they do that, they're scooting themselves into that 2-bye situation in the conference tournament, and they're making the NCAA tournament. There's no doubt.
Hey, I
They're in.
rock with Johnny, man. I rock with
So-
Johnny.
I think he deserves that. And I think Florida's the best team in the country right now. I'm going to just go out and say that. They would scare the crap out of me if I had to play them in a one and done.
Ain't afraid of nobody.
Who said anything about being afraid? Just don't want them.
Didn't you just say that? You'd be afraid to play them in a one and done?
Well, maybe I did. Fuck you. I don't want to play them in a one and done.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
After last year, line them up. I don't care. Who's next?
Yeah, why not? Why not?
You never
But
know.
it's
till
like,
you know.
when a team has there's a level of familiarity that literally dates back probably like literally a decade. Is like, I'd rather play someone who I don't have, who may be even a better team, but they're not as familiar with us as,
Well,
X team
I
is.
was like that last year. It's like I would rather play Duke than play Auburn.
Yeah.
Just because I didn't like our matchup with
Yeah,
Auburn.
we're too similar.
Well, I just
Too
think
similar.
that I just knew that Auburn they would cancel out our inside.
Yeah, they're just rugged. They're just probably in a different way, but it's just
Rugged.
same thing with A&M. It's just you just go well at least the A&M that Buzz when he was there, but real similar teams in terms of energy and values. I feel like.
Okay.
I love ethical hoops talk, man. This is my favorite pastime. My favorite, like beautiful.
I'm just gonna have to finish it off with some foul baiting and some hot takes.
Go ahead.
Charles Barkley was the greatest power forward of all time. Him or Sean Kemp? I don't know. Sean Kemp probably.
You better get him back. Charles. Carl. Y'all seen that 30 for 30 documentary with Magic Johnson? Carl, you better get him back. Dream team joint. Nah, but that is kind of crazy to be a 6'4" power. That's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I met him in person when he came down here to the Rockets, ran into him in restaurants a couple of times. And just looking that dude eye to eye and then watching what he does on the floor. It's like, I can't how does that
He
possibly?
grew on game day. Like he got taller on game day. Is what it's like. Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And I mean, just how much a guy his I mean, people call him the round mound or rebound. He still wasn't fat. I mean, he was slimmer than Tons of Fun from Duke. The dude that's always hurt. What's his
Maybe
name?
I'm think I'm too old I'm too young for this to know this analogy. Ryan?
No, the dude from that just came from Duke a few years ago.
Oh,
Guy that blew up his
Zion.
shoe.
Oh,
Zion. Yeah.
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 Yeah, he wasn't.
I thought you were talking fat.
Yeah, he wasn't. He wasn't.
Charles
He
wasn't
was
fat,
definitely
though.
cut. Yeah, he was cut for sure. But he was thick though. Like he was thick.
Strong.
Yeah,
Strong like Bull.
for sure.
Zion's fat.
Zion's in New Orleans. He should have been in Portland, being a damn vegan. Oh,
And he'd be somebody's shipping in gravy to him.
man, boy, eating good. That Bayou food, man.
I think we're the second tier of title contenders. Is there a huge gap between us, Dishkin, Duke, Michigan, Arizona, Florida,
Michigan.
UConn?
Hold on. No, it's Duke,
I
Michigan,
didn't.
Arizona. Those are the top three. Everybody else in the same bracket.
And
Fuck
I would
UConn
say
and fuck Florida. Both of
I
them
would
sideways in all their holes.
Hey, man, this is the towns that the people need to hear. This is the towns that people need to hear. Don't need to hear you saying that, but this is the town. This is it, man.
It's just the way it is, man. There's three teams at the top. Everybody else is just in a big giant scrum.
I don't even think Arizona's in that group. Like if you're just putting, like I think Florida's really, really good.
Who's
I don't think
Florida beat? Who's Florida beat here recently?
Well, everybody in the SEC, they're 13-2, and I know the SEC is kind of weak, but but I think Michigan and Duke are like here, and I think Arizona's even a step below them. But I think Arizona's really good. But it's okay to not be one of the top two in the country.
The SEC is all hype at this point.
I agree.
I don't see too many. I mean, Kentucky's considered a good win.
A good win, not a great win.
Mediocre at best.
Yeah.
I think we're selling Arizona short. I just think
Shout out Mikael McLean.
everything that Florida has, Arizona has, and better.
Okay. I'm just talking about what I've seen. I just think they're playing really good.
No, I think they're playing really good against shitty teams. Texas,
Maybe.
Mississippi, South Carolina, Kentucky,
Boy,
Georgia,
Ole Miss.
A&M. Ole Miss is 11-17.
Well, no, I'm saying they are horrible.
Yeah. I mean, I think they're very good. I think Florida is very, very good, but I can't go by. I mean, it's all vibes at this point, and knowing that they beat us last year. But I mean, they're donkey stomping shitty teams, just like we donkey stomp Colorado.
Just looking at it, in quad one games, Duke is 11-2, Michigan is 12-1, Arizona is 12-2. I mean, they're right there. That's pretty strong. Somehow, I don't even know how, Gonzaga has snuck their way up to number 4 in the net, even with that horrific loss they had to Portland or whoever that
Ryan,
was.
Can you explain it to me again? Like with quad one wins, that goes off their rating at the time that you play them, right?
No, what they are current.
Mm-mm. And based on where you play them, home, away, neutral.
Well, Ken Palm and there's a component of Ken Palm as far as the efficiency goes in the net. We know this. We know the net game. We've played it extremely well in the AAC.
It's weird.
How big you win is a factor, and doing it
to an extent. Yeah.
Especially, and it goes all season. They value November wins the same as March wins.
Yeah.
So
That's fair.
So I got this right. You said Michigan was what 12-1 in quad one. So like,
yeah.
So just so I can understand the point, this is a hypothetical. So in 2 weeks, Michigan could be, their quad one record could be completely different because the wins that were quad one, like, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
They can completely change. Guys could fall out of quad one immediately.
That's weird to me.
Why?
Well, because quad one also takes into account. I mean, to be a quad one win, you can be ranked 45 if you beat them on the road.
No, 75.
Okay,
But it's like,
I mean, Minnesota is the top 75 team, and they're 13-15.
But it's like, why would it change? Like, let's say with Tech, right? Like, hopefully they don't have but they just lost their best player, one of the best players in the country. You would think that if you beat Tech at a time where he was full strength, as opposed to beating them now, that, like that should have meant something whenever.
But you can't put that into a computer rating. You have to have that in a conversation in the committee room. I mean, there's no computer that's going to say, well,
I mean,
it's just
the
not going to
computer
work.
can see who played, huh? Like JT top DMP injury.
well, no, I mean, the individual people can understand the context of that, but there's no way you could throw that into a formula to be able to rate that.
Yeah.
Although we could possibly benefit if they did a minutes played by starters, because we're playing with 4.5 starters per game. So I mean, that's fantastic.
Maybe I'm tripping.
No, there's just no way. There's no way to plug that into a formula. So that's where individuals are going to have to say, okay, congratulations on beating Tech, where it's going to hurt us. Congratulations on beating Tech. They're falling out because they don't have Toppin. But people who actually watch the games, which is not a lot, when it comes to Andy Katz not watching, Gary Parrish isn't watching, Jeff Goodman certainly ain't watching, that you beat Tech with Toppin, that's a different story. Ball knowers know that that's a good win.
Yeah. Ball knowers aren't the decision makers.
Right now, Michigan has wins over quad one teams. Washington, they're 14-14. Northwestern is 12-16. Minnesota is 13-15. But because they beat them on the road, those are quad one wins. They're playing the net game in their conference, which is hats off to them, because Indiana's a ranked 39 in the net. They're terrible. Ohio State's terrible. They're 38. UCLA is 37. They're horrible. I mean, they're just playing the game. Just way.
That's just
not to hustle.
Hey, we play that game. We played that game as well.
But we played it because we had to.
Well, I know
especially
that,
an American. But it's like,
the Big Ten also has to, because the Big Ten's been passed by us, the Big 12, and the SEC.
Yeah,
the guys who really need to play it are the ACC, because the ACC is doo-doo. I mean, they are just a hair above the AAC when we were there with Cincy. At least back then, the top four were respectable.
Yeah.
Just hating on the American.
I feel like the American was more respectable.
Well, Cincinnati, UCF, Wichita
Yeah, it's
State,
like they were
Memphis used
Memphis.
to
As
be.
much as I hate to admit it, yeah, it's like Memphis was that was always an exciting matchup.
Yeah,
It
they're
was going to
tied
be
for
a fun
eighth.
game for sure.
They're tied for eighth in their conference. Eighth.
Yeah.
What's killing? What's
Memphis.
hurting? Not killing. What's hurting our conference right now are outside of Arizona, is those Pac-12 rejects.
Yes. Those Kansas State,
I mean, Utah,
Baylor.
Kansas State, even Baylor, Oklahoma State. Come on. But see,
Yeah.
even Utah,
Well,
at least some of those teams win out of conference. The thing is, you got to carry a good record in the conference. You just can't be dog shit from November to March. Utah, we're looking at
at
you.
least the interesting thing about the landscape nowadays is Utah can be at the bottom of the league this year, and next year due to whatever NIL stuff, you just you have no excuse when you're a Power 5 school to be bad for long. I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But it makes being good for a long time much, much harder.
Yes.
For sure.
Enjoyed the game today, my mother says. Lots of players contributed in the game. Macy can't wait to go to the next one. Thanks, Ryan. Boy, I had so much fun. She was a literal kid in a candy store today. Just a blast. She got to see her team go to 100 points. And was very happy about that. Tomorrow night on Talking About Them Cougars, Star Pizza, on Talking About Them Cougars, we have a mystery guest. You'll never believe who it is.
Hey, yo.
Just, you'll never believe. Duarte's stopping by to talk with us about this team, about spring football coming up, and a lot more. He has actually gotten really good at this podcast game, and he'll throw some fire. I'm excited. Star Pizza. Oh, we got to do this. We haven't done this tonight. I feel bad. You got a big one starting right now. Arizona, Kansas. It's 5-4 early. Cincinnati ripped Oklahoma State earlier.
You also got Iowa State and Texas Tech, right?
Yeah. Yeah, that just started as well. For some reason, I have the wrong channels on the club seat TVs right next to me. I'm getting Minnesota UCLA highlights. Get me off that. Richmond and Loyola. Don't want that.
Can't Texas Tech, are they on a different, they're not on ESPN?
They're on CBS, I believe.
Cork Soakers, son of a buck.
Pardon?
Cork Soakers, son of a buck.
That floor at Arizona sure is hard to look at.
Here you go, Ryan. NFL Combine, Tanner Kojal and McCutcheon.
I have seen tons of media clips of Kojal at the podium. I haven't seen anything else of him. And I saw the numbers on McCutcheon, the speed, the cone drills and stuff. Looked pretty good.
Lightning.
It looks like he's helping himself.
Very much so. 4.43, how to wake some people up.
Yeah.
What is funny to me is for a lot of guys, I mean, I think Kojal is proving to be exactly what you thought he was. But then the tight end from Oregon goes out and just smokes it like 4.4 flat. Tight end, 240 some
Wait,
pounds.
what?
Yeah. So he goes from kind of 4 or 5 down to, oh my God, he's the greatest prospect in the history of football.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of thinking that because somebody ran a 40-yard dash.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the NFL. It's easy to measure. GMs love it. They go to their owner and say, "Hey, look, man, he ran really fast one day."
And who can argue that?
Hey, did you see his? I think the dude tested off the charts.
Neat.
But it's the way the combine goes every year. Guys come up, run a massive time, and let's see here. Fastest 40-yard dash of any tight end in the scouting combine since at least 2003, 4.39.
So same thing.
That's moving. 43-inch vertical. I mean, if this was about jumping in sprints, number one pick.
Yeah, that was exciting.
I'm looking forward to the day when steroids are legal.
Oh, brother. Oh, brother.
Go on.
Why not? I mean, you spend more money trying to keep people off them, and they're still doing them, and they're just doing them with different substances. Make them legal. It'll make baseball more fun again. I want to see pitchers throwing 115 miles an hour, ripping off tendons every third pitch. I want to see batters that are, 6'4", 265 pounds, just shredded, hitting 600-foot home runs. I mean, they might kill a third baseman or something like that. Or, football players might, literally rip somebody in half. Hey, man, it's the gladiators. But the good thing is that as much steroids as they do, you're not allowed to touch anyone in the NBA. You sneeze on a skinny guy, it's over. Unless you're, Lou Dort, and then you could just kick somebody in the shins all day.
Yeah, that's crazy. But what's just a 4.39 40 is crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't even fall that fast.
I'm gonna leave the insults to Ryan, but I think that I think I did the one time I did a 40. I think I ran like a 4.49 or like a 4.5, one of those two, whatever. And I'm like, damn. I mean, it happened for sure. Like, but to think that like somebody is that much more faster than me is crazy. But it's true.
Yeah, dude. That's a dude who literally beats you by a full step.
And he's 260 pounds, 250 pounds.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah. No Starnes tomorrow. Yeah. Keeping him down. Underwear Olympics is what he's calling.
Okay.
That's fine. Yeah.
True.
Right. I don't mind it. All right.
Gotta
Final
rock the
thoughts.
underoos.
Let's get out of here. I gotta go home and sleep. I am dying.
Ryan, what's been the what night this week did you sleep the most, and how long did you sleep?
I slept till 8 a.m. one day. But I'm,
you
like,
could've went
if
to bed
you were to
at 3
take me,
a.m., so it don't.
well,
It's what.
You know what? The night I think I maybe slept best was Monday because I was not in Lawrence. And, a year ago at 9 o'clock, my body would be like, we're done. We're going to bed. You read, you fall asleep when you fall asleep. Now I'm watching stupid fucking James Bond movies till midnight. And those have not gotten any better. I don't understand why people are so hyped about this. There's some bad James Bond.
Which ones are you talking about?
All of them. The one I just watched was the worst I've seen And I looked it up, and on the Entertainment Weekly had it as the number 2 overall James Bond. Is like, okay,
what's
I
it
don't
called?
understand. They're all the same to me. I'm looking up the name. It was the first Roger Moore one.
Name's
It was
Bond.
called "Live and Let Die." It was the
James
Paul
Bond.
McCartney song.
Yeah.
It's the one they were in New Orleans, and they had like a sheriff who had the worst Cajun accent I've ever heard in my entire flipping life.
Well, that's
Pissed
probably
me off
why-
so
that's
bad.
probably what-
But no,
Keep
it
in
was
mind.
just a terrible movie. It just wasn't good. And so I'm going to keep trying. I mean, I've gotten through 9 of them, I think.
I mean, it's kind of like watching the Fast and the Furious.
I've never seen that. So I don't know.
They're all very similar. They all kind of have the same type of theme. You know, James Bond has a bad guy. He's going to bang a real hot chick with a really goofy name, and they're going to catch the bad guy at the end. Welcome
Okay.
to James Bond.
Well, you just saved me quite a bit of time.
I mean, it's like any Tom Cruise movie. It's going to be the exact same thing with just different stuff. You know, sometimes he's going to be jumping out of a plane. Sometimes he's going to be flying a plane. Sometimes he's going to be
Does his
flying.
own stunts though.
That's why. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you only watch it.
If
so-
he's jumping out of a plane, he really jumping out that damn.
It's like when we watched Evil Knievel growing up. Is it 90% of us wanted to see him make it over the Grand Canyon? The rest are hoping he falls right in the middle and we get to watch it live.
We're sick times.
It's true though. That's the same thing. That was the same draw for NASCAR. Most people are watching it for the crashes.
Brad, final thoughts.
You beat a
Dumbass.
team exactly the way you should, and that is a good thing. You know, still trying to get right. Everybody's got to get hot, get ready for the upcoming season because we're in March. It's here. Sucks,
It's literally here.
but it's about to be one and done season. So get right, get going, and you're starting to see some guys really coming into shape and kind of defining their role on this team, which is good timing. On to the next one.
Yeah, that was going to be what I said. Is like guys are really finding their stride, and I say that's probably the most exciting part, at least for me, to be able to witness those guys figuring out their footing. And it's like I feel like with that happening, that's going to be able to elevate our team. And but like Tom said, it's the month of March now, so it's like it's time to shift into final form and allow that to take us however far we're meant to go. So on to the next.
Who are we rooting for in these Big 12 matchups? I'm thinking Tech in Kansas. Yeah, but Tech or Arizona's about to boat race Kansas, it looks like. It's 19-5. Was 19-5.
I mean, DNP's got plenty of time to tap out.
Yeah, well, I
We
think
okay?
he's laying on the floor now, making swimming motions. It's now
Hardwood
21-5. Are they not calling timeout? They sure aren't. Oh, Kansas has already used 2 timeouts. I didn't even see that. That's not good.
They getting grilled.
They've used 2 timeouts in 6 minutes. Okay. Skip all the Roger Moore and Timothy Dalton James Bond movies. Oh, okay. That'll make it go by faster. My final thoughts are: you shot the hell out of the ball. You were down 10-2 at one point.
Crazy.
And
Crazy.
you shot 60% from the floor and 59% from three. And then 77% from the line. Okay. Everybody had a big night. 5 guys, all your starters scored in double digits. And then Chase and Mercy also did. I predict if you can get 7 guys in double figures, you'll go deep in the tournament.
Facts.
That's my thought.
I can agree with that, Ryan. I can agree
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah.
Very, very
So
insightful.
anyways, thank you. Appreciate it. There are days when y'all control the show, and I'm perfectly fine with it. And today's been one of those days. I'm not adding a lot, and that's okay. Tomorrow, the big Cougar tail himself, Joseph Duarte, will join us at 8. Send all of your ridiculous questions tomorrow night for Joseph, and we're going to ask him. We're just going to pepper him with questions, and we'll just see how it goes. Thank y'all so much for watching.
Tapping in.
It's been fun. Tapping in. There you go. We'll do this again tomorrow night at 8, and then Baylor. This is a crazy thought, but it's true. It's Emmanuel's last home game. Wednesday night.
That's
Wow.
tough.
It'll be Milos's last home game. Khalifa. But
Kingston,
Emmanuel,
Chris.
I mean, we saw him grow up. Yeah, well, it is Kingston's senior night.
I'm gone. We're gonna be gone. They're not gonna be here. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
show up and show out, man.
For sure. Man, I didn't even think about that. Senior night for Kingston. Just turned 19. All right. Thank y'all. He gets to have 2 senior nights in 1 year. If you think about it, he had one at San Antonio Brennan just 11 months ago.
Well, whenever he hits his real senior night, he'll come back to U of H and celebrate his NBA MVP.
His second contract. Hey. So, yep. Thank y'all, and we'll do it again tomorrow night.
I can't do it. Okay. We'll do it live. Okay. We'll do it live. F*** it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.